will fly.
Hello everybody, how are we doing today? Quane here. So I wanted to do a video on Odin, since Odin was recently released. And I noticed that most of the videos on YouTube are using Noctis, because obviously he's the ideal choice for this particular chaos, with him being, synergy, the showcased unit, and on top of the fact that his mechanics work really well to counteract Odin's particular mechanics. So I want to go ahead and do kind of a video for anybody who maybe doesn't have Noctis, they didn't pull him, they didn't get the LD, whatever the case is. Now you can use Leon, because everything that Odin does is physical. So with Leon you pretty much can't die, but some people don't have Leon. So I kind of wanted to showcase how you can use a particular team to get around the gimmicks of Odin. So we're using Aphmau, Raijin, and Keese. And just to show you how well this works, I'm taking no friend support and Chocobo summon. That's usually what I do because I always do the TCC extreme challenges. So I usually try and prep myself for those and get used to not using a level 30 summon and not using a friend support. So you see the turn order right here, how we got Aphmau, Keese, then Odin, then Raijin, and then Odin again. Well, don't believe that. Odin's a liar, because he's going to jump ahead. So what we're going to do, first off, is we're going to make sure that everybody has enough battery, because watch. He's going to do his move, and then look, he's going to jump ahead. So don't fall for that trick. Okay, now that everybody is in the clear, we'll go ahead and get started. So when he does that all attack, his overdrive move, if he attacks a broken target or breaks you, that person dies no matter what. They can have last stand, it does not matter, they will be dead. So make sure that your party is batteried up before that move. Now I know that Aphmau is going to get broken here, but it's fine. I'm just trying to get everything set up for the rest of the fight. So the idea behind this particular team is that sorry, got messages. So the idea behind this particular team is we want to be able to push off the Doom debuff, because his all attack isn't actually the most dangerous thing, because you know when that's coming. The most dangerous part of Odin is going to be after he does the all attack that's coming up, he's going to put a Doom debuff on your entire party, which will automatically break them after 2 turns. That is the most dangerous part of Odin, because sometimes you'll get to a point where that Doom debuff is about to go off before he does his all attack, and then you're pretty much out of luck, because Doom will go off, your party will get broken, and then he'll do his overdrive move and he'll kill everyone. So the idea behind this team, and it's not debuff immunity because you can't possibly block that debuff. So I didn't bring Aphmau for debuff immunity. The idea is to push off the Doom debuff. So if you look at Keese, you see he's got 6 buffs, only 5 framed. So the Doom debuff will go on Keese, but all he has to do is do Selkie Throw, and he'll push it off to get the attack up buff back on. Same thing with Raijin. he's actually going to have even more buffs. Yeah, so he's got the 3 from Aphmau, plus he's got his EX buff, and he's got the physical attack up and the max brave. So he can push it off. The only person who cannot push it off is Aphmau, because she doesn't have enough buffs. But it still works out okay for her because of the fact that she has the 2 free turns after her EX. So usually, as long as there's a party member that goes before Odin, yes, Aphmau will get broke, but her turn will jump right back ahead and you'll be able to go again as long as somebody goes before Odin. If it's Aphmau then Odin, then she won't jump up ahead. But it seems like as long as somebody goes before Odin, then Aphmau will be able to jump ahead. So we're going to go ahead and dump everybody, because this all move you can't possibly dodge when he does Guthnir. You can't dodge it. It's going to bring everybody down and put on the Doom debuff. So Selkie throw, it is off of Keys. See, she did get broke, but see how she popped back ahead. And we'll go ahead and play it safe just to not get broke. Even though some of his moves break automatically, but at least there's a chance of missing it. Alright, so he's about to do his overdrive all ability for the second time. So after he does it for the second time, he grants himself an aura that he cannot be pushed back a turn. So he can't be delayed. So don't bring Leo or any delay units. He can't be delayed, period. Right now, if I were to break him, he'll go back a turn like the normal break mechanic. But after he casts aura, and you'll be able to see the aura going around him, you cannot push him back even if you break him until you break the aura. The only way to break the aura is to initiate a launch, which is why we have keys. So then what I'm going to do it's not the ideal setup, but because if I jump behind Aphmau, there's going to be no point because it's going to be a single launch with just Aphmau. But you want to break him as quickly as you can, because after he puts on the aura, he's going to counter every move you do. And he's going to also delay that particular person by 1 turn. So you want to get that aura off as quickly as possible. So what we'll do give everybody enough brave to keep them safe. So what would happen now if I did hero support and go behind Raijin is he would counter and he would delay keys. So it's only going to be a Raijin launch, which is fine. We'll go ahead and sacrifice the 1 decent launch just to get the aura off of him, because the spacing here on out should be a little bit better. And actually that worked out good because he missed. So now he's paralyzed, the aura's gone. Raijin works that well with this because of the Enchanted Imperil. It makes Aphmau do better with her second skill and her HP plus because they're magic, whereas normally she doesn't do a ton of damage. Now I did a team with Galoof instead of Raijin. It was Aphmau, Galoof, and Keese. Same concept, pushing the debuffs off. Just the only difference is we didn't have a enchanter, so Aphmau's skill 2 and her HP plus wasn't doing as much damage. So on that particular run, I was mainly Brave plussing with her to boost her damage, and then using her skill 2 when it already had a decent amount of Brave built up, since I knew that the Brave hits would not be a lot of Brave hits. And pretty much went through all of her skill 2s to where I just had her skill 1s left, because not only does that skill actually do damage because it's not magic, but it also batteries as well. So he's gonna break Keese, but it's not that big of a deal. Stick with her usual rotation, get her 2 free moves, and then pop a skill. Now when he goes for the all attack when he's not overdriving, like I said before, there's no point in trying to save your Brave. He's automatically gonna hit everybody and put on the Doom debuff. So you might as well just dump all the Brave that you have. We'll go ahead and we'll save that Paralyze. Alright, and now once he starts to do Gungnir Plus, on top of Doom, he also does Defense Down. But with this team it actually works in your favor, because that means that you only have to push off 1 debuff and not 2. So I can use either of Raijin's skills, because both of his skills give him buffs. Skill 1 is a physical attack buff, Skill 2 is a max Brave buff. I can use any one of his skills, and it'll push off Doom, because I'm not really too concerned about the defense one. So her Doom's going to go off, it's going to break her, but she's still going to get to go, because Odin wasn't the next one to go. And we'll go ahead and we'll use his Paralyze. Alright, so we gotta get everybody prepped here. Alright, so his Doom's about to go off, but we also want to get the Thunder Resist down back on. That way Aphmau's magic skill will still do more damage. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do Raijin's Special, because that'll give the Thunder Resist down, push off Doom. Now we're going to Hero Support, we're going to jump behind Aphmau. So as soon as he puts up the aura to where he counters, we're going to take it off of him. So you're not going to have to worry about any counters. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use her skill 2 because it's going to push her behind Raijin, or push Odin behind Raijin. Raijin has 3 stacks. Don't have to worry about Aphmau getting broke. And right back into her rotation. So I'm pretty much trying to use her skill 2s because the skill 1 batteries at the end. So if I get into a situation where she's going and I need to keep her rotation up and Odin's going to attack her, I don't have to worry about her getting broken. And now Raijin's going to have 3 stacks, so he's going to have the Paralyze ready whenever I need it. Gungnir Plus, there's the debuffs. Doom's gonna go off, but gonna push her right back up, so that's fine. Go ahead and paralyze you. Actually, I should have pushed Doom off with Raijin. It's fine, we'll jump behind Raijin. Go ahead and push it off now. Go ahead and get a launch in. Otherwise I would have had to have summoned, because if Doom would have gone off, Raijin would have been broke, and he'd be dead. We'll go ahead and use Aphmau's skill 1, because it's going to battery her and keep her safe. And I still have both the Raijin C65s left, so I have a quick paralysis if I need to. fine, the counter's not gonna hurt me. Oh, yeah, it's really not gonna hurt me because it missed, but even if it did, wouldn't have been that big of a deal, because Aphmau could have still broken it. Now it's gone. No point in keeping everybody's brave or battering them, because he's about to do that anyways. Raijin's still got plenty of skills left, so we'll go ahead and we'll push it off now just to make sure I don't forget to do it later. And we'll take it now. See, the main thing is just making sure that Doom gets pushed off. If you get Doom pushed off, it makes it a heck of a lot easier because that break really can end the game. Go ahead and jump behind Aphmau. Go ahead and use his last Selkie. Since this should be over before I have to worry about him doing anything dangerous. It looks like this fight is over. Just so it doesn't take up another turn count. So pretty much the generic strategy is you want to go in
80
with
turns.
a team
Odin Chaos.
that you can put on
And I'm
6
getting a phone
buffs.
call now.
You can work with 5, because after doing Guggenir Plus, when he does the Doom debuff as well as the defense down, you only need to be able to put on 5 buffs to push it off, because you'll push off Doom, defense down will stay, but that's fine. So you can run with 5, even though 6 is ideal. You definitely are going to want to go with a unit who can chase, because without launches, Odin will keep the aura where he does the counter. So anytime a party member does any sort of attack, he's going to counter with a brave attack and delay them, which can be a big issue. The only person who can get around that would be Galoof, because Galoof is going to jump in front of the character, so that character is free to go ahead and attack. Galoof will jump in front, he'll evade the counter, and then he'll counter the counter. Now, you may be able to use blind to your advantage, so a unit who blinds might work, but I wouldn't really chance that. So ideally you do want to have a launcher in the group, just so you can get rid of that particular aura. It makes it a lot easier, but you don't necessarily have to have a tank. Which is evident because of this run. Because I did not have a tank, you also can get away with not having a chase unit if you have the right team comp, such as I did a run with Galoof, Charlotta, and a half Mal. So I didn't have a chase unit, so he kept up the aura where he counters, except for when just regular launches occurred. But it wasn't a big deal because every single time Galoof was countering, so I didn't have to worry about my party members being delayed. And then you have Charlotta, who does a whole bunch of damage, powers up the entire team, so she was able to make up for the lack of damage of not having Keys or a chase unit in the party. And as always, thank you for taking the time to watch. Go ahead and like, subscribe, check out all of our other videos on Dystopia. Check us out on other social media platforms as well, Facebook and Twitter. Have a great day.